I wanted to ask all of the school bus drivers to come up front. We'll find some room for you here. What's disgusting? Union busting! What's disgusting? Union busting! What's disgusting? Union busting! What's disgusting?
Union busting!
What's disgusting?
Union busting!
What's disgusting?
Union busting!
What's disgusting?
Union busting!
What's disgusting?
Union busting!
What's disgusting?
Union busting!
What's disgusting?
Union busting!
There's a lot of them, so it takes a little while for all of them to get up here. And first of all, I want to say that this is a tremendous honor to be able to introduce the delegation of school bus drivers, and they will also have a few of their delegates addressing us to give special greetings. But, you know, we have a sort of affinity with the school bus drivers because as a representative of the We Deserve Better Workers Assembly, we have been fighting with the super shuttle drivers who've been fighting slave-like conditions that Veolia has enforced upon them in Baltimore. So we have a sort of kinship to them. I want to say that Veolia epitomizes everything that is rotten with this entire capitalist system worldwide. Whether it's the apartheid bus system that Veolia runs in Palestine and their out-and-out racism in promoting segregated schools in Boston, or their privatization of water systems and appropriation of people's water, or as I said, the slave-like treatment of the West African super shuttle workers at the Baltimore and DC airports, Veolia is the evil symbol of global capitalism.
All right, yeah.
But trust me, they will become the symbol of defeat for global capitalism at the hands of the very workers that they exploit, and the Boston school bus drivers will help bring them to their knees. Capitalism is a global system, and Veolia illustrates very clearly that the working class must begin to see itself as an international class, and not just see itself as such, but act globally. Right here at home, we must begin to unite everyone. Those without jobs that capitalism has discarded on the heap of trash, the youth who have no future under capitalism, those fighting to save their communities from the devastating effects of austerity, especially those fighting racist police terror from Ferguson to North Carolina to Baltimore to Los Angeles, and the migrant workers fighting for their very lives, and those low-wage workers in the fast food industry and in Walmart who are leading the way. We have to unite. They have to unite. All of us have to unite with the brave, courageous, won't back down, can't be stopped school bus drivers of USW Local 8751. We say, down with capitalism, up with the workers. Down with Veolia, up with the Boston school bus drivers. I'd like to bring up, there's a delegation that are going to bring greetings to our conference today. President Andre Francois, Steve Gillis, and Georgia Scott are going to give us greetings. It's hard to get up here, but there's room for all three of you. Come have them. You guys judge it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Georgia Scott. I'm a member of Local 8751, Team Solidarity, and I'm very pleased to be here with you guys until I started to drive the school bus. I never even knew about Workers' World. I've been here, I guess, about 16, 17 years driving buses, so I've known about you guys about that long. Took me a while to get here, but I'm here today. I'm here today. 8751, since I've been here, we are a fighting union. We will fight Veolia. Veolia has done some treacherous things since July 1st, 2013. We have been fighting them. Workers' World has been fighting them with us.
That look right.
We have 4 brothers. As you can see, our members come from all over. They're not just African American. They're not just Caucasian. They come from all over the globe. Haiti, we got Chinese, we got African American, we got Cape Verdean, we got every nationality that there is working with us and that are fighting with us. We're here today to let everyone know that we need your support. We want your support. We support you. I've seen this type of action before. 9 years old, I'm from Selma, Alabama. We fought for the right to vote, which I believe in about the 1800s African Americans had that right. 1817, something like that. But it was taken, Jim Crow. Jim Crow has traveled all over the globe, whether you know it or not. We fought for the right to vote. We was told that if you go on that bridge, this is going to happen. And they did. They put the water hoses on us. You know, they did their thing. I think I might have been about 9 years old. I got in a little trouble. But I did it. So what I'm saying to you is I've seen this. This is a repeat of history.
That's right.
It's a repeat.
That's what it is.
We need to be aware. We need to watch. We need to come together as one and fight it. Veolia has violated our contract from day one that it came into office. Day one. New hire applications. Some of our brothers and sisters have been here 35, 40 years. Why do they need to fill out a new hire application? Veolia should have been filling that out. Anytime we speak, we have drivers, myself is one, that Veolia is taking money, just taking. They're not just stealing, because a thief does not want to be caught. He wants to keep stealing and getting away with it. What they are doing is they're strong-arming our people. They're getting away with it for a short period of time. Because we will fight and keep fighting. I'm not going to stay up here too long because I have 2 more brothers here that want to speak and that need to speak. But we need Workers' World to understand that we're here for a reason. Our reason is that this is a global thing. If we don't come together as human beings and fight this, there will be nothing for our children. I also like to say we have some bus monitors here too. Came here from Boston with us. We need to respect that as well. We're going to keep getting, we're going to bring more and more and more and more. The city of Boston play with their job, their money, as well as ours. And they got a lot of them afraid. So I'm going to stop here because I can go on and on. And I'm not going to go any further. I'm going to turn it over to Brother Gillis or Francois, whichever. Thank you.
brothers and sisters, soon to be comrades from my perspective. Good morning. I am not here to talk about the detail of the struggle that we have down there in Boston. By the way, my name is Andre Francois. I am from the union. I'm one of the 4 that got fired, terminated wrongly by Veolia. And I'm a member of Team Solidarity and a lover for work as well.
All right, all right.
I'm not going to talk about the details, like I said earlier, because the details are very surmountable. If I was to talk about that, it would take me about all day. But this is no secret that there is a big struggle down there in Boston, because we still have four drivers, leaders at best, being terminated wrongly since last year.
That's right.
And we still have a company that brought additional charges on our founder, our brother, Steve Kirkbaum, and then continue to go to court. But via the general manager of Veolia to lie, to make up stories, to continue to keep us out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna forget to tell you also, in our own, there is a small handful handful that would want to see us back
That's right.
in business.
That's right.
Because it's, all the struggle is big. It has a lot of details in it, but they're not winning, they're losing actually.
All right. All right.
Because of your power, because of the solidarity with work as well, and we are winning.
All right.
I'm here to thank everybody. I've seen in this room here so many faces that go to Boston, be there with us in solidarity. I can't even count.
All right.
And I am sure after November 24th, I'll be coming back here, which I promise to be back here every time that you have a conference or an event that's going on.
All right.
Because I love work as well, and I love what you do throughout the world. This is no mistake that you call work as well, and it's not just a name, because you're there on every struggle, on everything, and I loved it. Personally, I promise to be behind work as well, 100%, be a part of the quote that Mr. Goldstein talked about. Need to be going. And I can't thank you enough for your solidarity. You have your money involved in us down there. You have your presence, seeing day after day people coming from all over the place, from work as well. Actually, we have a brother coming from Virginia that goes to all of our solidarity, John Long, which I don't see here today. At the end of this struggle, I hope we continue to build this. And I'm not going to forget our own members that made the effort to come here. There's no place I'd rather be on a human level
All right.
than here.
All right.
Here is the place. It's like coming from church to church for me on a Sabbath morning, because I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. I was on the bus today. One of our brothers were talking about when Jesus was walking with Peter, and Peter pulled out his knife, his mini machete, and chop up somebody's hair. And Jesus took the ear and put it back and says, I says, you know, even though Christian, I'm working with the thing, be there was a human like me, I'm a human. I'm liable to chop up some ears too. Let me keep going. So, this is to say that we're going to continue to fight Violia to the core. Wherever Violia goes, we're going to hunt them down and we're going to get them out. And then, we want to keep the solidarity going, and I hope the next time I'm here and talk about more faces that I see in Boston helping us out, because I plan to come here every time with the delegation. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I love you all forever.
Good afternoon, comrades and friends. As Comrade Larry said, opening up this conference 40 years ago this season, in 1974, in the wake of U.S. imperialism's defeat months earlier by the heroic Vietnamese people, the National Liberation Front, and the mass refusal to fight by U.S. GIs, the ruling class of the United States turned its violence once again on the uprising, oppressed nations trapped within its borders. The assault that year focused on Boston, much like it's focused on Ferguson today. November 1974 saw weekly mobilizations of 100,000 and more screaming racists, organized by City Hall in Boston and protected by every branch of the police, including the KKK, who targeted Black and Latino children on school buses. At the time, the Boston branch of Workers' World Party could meet around a card table, sometimes with an empty seat. But they had a very audacious decision to make, supported by Sam Marcy, the founder, and the whole young party at the time, with all support and solidarity and resources, to call a national march on Boston for December 14th, 1974. That march was written by Private Andy Stapp, Presente. We made a present for you today, you see on your tables, a reprint from Workers' World of that, stuffed with some literature from recent Team Solidarity and Boston school bus driver battles. People from all over the country, boots on the ground, came to Boston, from Detroit, New York, Syracuse, Rochester. One comrade had been driving a school bus since the day one of the hailstorms of bricks and bullets, and following Milt's battle plan, began organizing the drivers, parents, teachers, grandparents, kin of the bus drivers. Steelworkers Local 8751 was born of 3 strikes in 1977 and 78. Fast forward 40 years, 8 more strikes, countless job actions, produced the highest wages, benefits, and rights of any school bus drivers in the country. Hundreds of anti-war demonstrations, anti-racist actions, strike solidarity actions, promoting LGBT rights, being with disabled people and the right of access, demanding an end to apartheid in South Africa and Israel, and police brutality everywhere. Standing with our class in Haiti, Cape Verde, Venezuela, Cuba, China, not always when it was easy, and Colombia, to end the war on women and to demand environmental standards for our class. Enter Veolia last July, this multi-billion-dollar conglomerate of water, waste, big oil and fracking energy industries, transportation and so-called recycling, with government contracts in 104 countries around the world. They don't really produce a damn thing. What they really produce is austerity services for local and national governments. And they're brought in to lower wages, smash unions, and privatize, militarize, and downsize.
Fascist.
Veolia Transportation, recently rebranded Transdev amidst plummeting world profits and bad PR. Were brought in by Pinkertons, and they launched a fierce attack on the union's contract, locking out the drivers on October the 8th last year, bringing in the police, and framed us up, including our founding member, Steve Kirschbaum, on felony charges of assault and battery and trespassing in our own driver's room. How ridiculous. This concerted attempt by Boston's establishment is internationally known because of the party's winning socialist program that's in daily action in this militant multinational union. Contract negotiations have reached a boiling point, with this week 90% of the workers signing demands that there will be no contract and no peace unless there's amnesty for all the fired workers and all the charges of trial. Kirschbaum's trial, as you know, begins on November the 24th, just next Monday. And Team Solidarity and our defense team have put together a list, now I think of 80 to 100 people. Could be a damn job action, because we got the power of subpoena. And we're going to put this corporation and the capitalist system that it represents on trial. We're going to flip the switch. And if you want to come, we got a place for you. We're going to hook up housing. I think you see Tony Murphy if you want to do that.
Big T.
Around the world, workers and communities are putting Veolia and their bank-imposed austerity on trial. The Boycott, Divest, Solidarity movement for Palestinian rights has targeted Veolia for their profiteering from Israeli occupation. It has cost them in the last year $25 billion in lost contracts. Strikes against Veolia have paralyzed, on October the 6th last month, Santiago, Chile, twice last year, the city of San Francisco. Sweden just this past, the entire country of Sweden was shut down by the workers because of similar attacks, where they came in and fired union leaders and tried to break the contract. This past July, as a matter of fact, in Paris, where Veolia was founded in 1860, given a concession for privatizing the water by the corrupt bourgeois emperor Louis Bonaparte. Paris, in July, after more than a century and a half, threw Veolia out and said, we want our water supply back. We're tired of drinking filthy water. We're paying rents and the taxes that you cause for it. The rank and file of Local 8751, represented by Team Solidarity delegation today, are firm in our 40-year experience that no courts, no arbitrators, no negotiators, no voting, no hoping for reform will ever win justice for our members or the communities we serve. Team Solidarity activists and our members are getting ready to strike to shut this corporation and the city down if they don't reach our demands in a very short time. Instead, time and again this past bloody year, hundreds of drivers and our supporters have taken on the union busters in the streets, in their boardrooms, occupied their offices. The last court date, drivers chased Veolia's general manager down the street from the courthouse, chased him to his car, chanting, "Be a liar! We say no!"
Union busting got to go.
In action with our allies in the communities and political movements, especially our good friends, Workers' World Party, we're confident we can overcome any attack and go ahead on the road to revolutionizing a world where the needs of working and oppressed people are priority number one. Join us next week in Boston to put capitalism on trial. Join us at 5:30 today when we're going to caravan with our bus over to Manhattan on the way home and demonstrate at Veolia's headquarters. To begin at 6:30. Please consider donating to the fund to sustain the fired drivers. Together, we can send Veolia and their austerity schemes packing, with the sound of workers' victory ringing in their ears, let them hear you say, Union!
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 Thank you, Workers' Royal Party. Vice President of the School Bus Drivers Union. Steve Kirschbaum, my name's Steve Gillis. Steve Kirschbaum is the founder of our union that I talked about over there that they're targeting. In 1974, he began driving a bus. And I want to say of everybody here today in Team Solidarity, they came through fire to be here. These posters that we put up for the conference in all of the bus yards, we handed out hundreds of leaflets. Our opposition and the company, even in the last day, were calling our members into the office one-on-one to say, don't go to that conference, don't go to that demonstration in New York, or you're going to be in trouble. Well, the people in this room today proved them wrong. We will stand up to that fire, and we're going to keep on coming at them no matter what their threats are.